So let's say future void, and then set game data and settings. So here we're going to need to carry on the document snapshot, because we need this game's data. Document snapshot, which is object, and then it's this game, and then we also require our user model. Let's add a sync keyword here, and then here. So first let's get the reference of this game that we are joining. Okay, we are getting the reference of this game that we are joining because we want to update the is playing, which is initially false, to true. Okay, get reference to the game we are joining. So await Firebase Firestore.collection constants dot available games, and then dot document, which is a game, the field code constants dot game ID, game creator ID. Okay, we are going to get this game. Okay, so this will be final opponent's game. Let's name it as opponent's game, like this. Opponent's game, like this. Okay, and then now let's put the time. So the time, it's in this format. For example, if when he was creating a game here, where is that game? Here, when he's creating a game, when he's putting this time here, this time is in this format. Like if, for example, he has chosen 10 minutes, in Firestore it's saved like this, and then 10, and then the seconds, then dot zeros, like that. Okay, so that's how. Well, this one is also like that. That's how this time is saved. Okay, so now we only want to get this, so that we can see if it's 1 hour something, or if it's 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, so to do that, let's get the game. Let's get both times. So we want to get constants dot white time. This one we are going to split. Here we need to say split, not like that, split. And then where do we want to split this time is at this symbol. Okay, we want to split here. Okay, so we want to make the list of these. Okay, now here in front, let's put it in a list of string. This is going to be, let's name it as a white time parts, like that. Okay, so this is the parts of white time. Maybe let's also do the same for black. Let's copy that and paste it here. So we're going to say black's time part, and then here is going to be black's time. Okay, now after we split this, we only want to get the first part and the second part. Okay, so here we are going to say int dot pass, so white time part, and then at index 0, so this first index, and then this we are going to multiply it. Okay, so this we are going to multiply it by 60, because this in front is hours. Okay, by 60, and then we are going to add the other part now, int dot pass, again white time part, and then we're going to pass the second part, which is this. So this will be the time for white. So let's do the same for black. So this is black's time part, and then let's make a variable for this. We can say int, so now this will be white's, let's name it as white's game time, like that. We can do the same even here. This will be black's game time. All right. Okay, now that we have black's game time and white's game time, it's time to set the time of this game. Okay, so we know we've already created all these methods, so we're going to set game time. This is a comment, and then let's just await set game time. Where is our method? This one. So here we are going to put white's time and black's time. So this is giving us an error because it's an int. All we have to say is just toString. So let's take this down and take this down. So instead of this, it should be this. Just copy that, paste it here. So even here we're going to say black's game time to string. All right, so great. Now that we have set our game time, the next thing to do is now to update this opponent's game in Firestore. Okay, we have set our game time, we're about to start playing this game. Now we need to update it to is playing. Okay, update the game in and update the created game in Firestore. Okay, so here we're just gonna say await opponent's game dot update each opponent's game dot update. We need to call the update method. Why? Okay, so we don't need to get here, we are just getting a reference here. Okay, like that, and then that's where now we can call update. And then what are we going to update here? Remember, when we are creating the game, we are setting, this is a join, this creating a game, we are setting the UID to empty, name to, for the person who is going to update, who's going to be the opponent. Okay, so we are setting the UID to empty, name and photo URL, and then the is playing we are setting to false. So these are the values that we are going to update. Okay, so now down here we are going to update the constant dot is playing. So it was false, now it's going to be true. Now this game is playing. And then we are going to update the constants dot user ID. I hope that's how we've saved it. We don't want to make mistakes. So it's UID name and photo URL. Okay, so this is the UID, which we are going to update with now our user, because we are the one joining our user model dot UID. And then next, let's just copy this. Let's put the name to name, and then the other one we saved it as what? Photo URL. Photo URL to image. Okay, image. I think that's it. So once we update this, and then we are going to go ahead and down here, then set the player state. Okay, set the player state. So here we need to be black. Okay, because if we are joining, we are always going to be black. If the other person is joining our game, we are going to be white. Okay, so here we are going to say set player. We already created this method, set player, set player color. Yeah, so this one is going to be 1. Okay, like this. Let's check this method. So it's setting the player as a description, as we described it. Okay, we are setting it to black, and then we are going to notify the changes. So let me say this once again. So if we have created a game, we are going to be white. It doesn't matter what we pick. Let me open up the emulator. So the emulator is open. Let me just minimize it. Let's make it a bit smaller. So let's restart the application and start. We haven't put any of this method. I just want to explain something. Okay, the application has started. Looks like it's loading. Okay, it has loaded. So now here, what I'm saying is, when we go here and pick time, here it doesn't matter what to pick. If you want to play as white and as black, if we create an online game, just for search like randomly, if you are going to create a game and then the other user is going to join your game with this method, what is that? Yeah, if the other user is going to join your game, you are going to be white, that other user is going to be black. Okay, and then if you are the one joining the game, you are going to be black. Okay, that's why we are setting in the joining method here. That's why we are setting under set game data and settings here, we are setting the player to 1. Okay, so that you become black, because we are calling this method here. Okay, so we are going to set game data and times, and then we are passing the game and the user model. Okay, so here we are setting you as black because you are joining. If somebody joined your game, you are going to be white. Okay, so that was all that I wanted to explain. So now we have created the method to join the game, and to create the game. Now it's time to use these methods. We need to create a method here, which is a search for players. If we come back to game startup screen, we are calling this method search for players. Okay, so we are going to create this method in the next video. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.